In tonight's health alert, new data finds 4 out of 5 pregnancy-related deaths in the United States are preventable.
And a new report is highlighting the need for quality improvement initiatives in hospitals and communities to ensure that women get the care they need in a timely manner.
Just last week, we told you about Detroit's first standalone birth center that's preparing to open. The historic project aiming to provide new resources and education for expecting mothers. But that's not expected to open until late fall 2023.
So joining us now is our chief health editor, Dr. Partha Nandi. And Dr. Nandi, what were the main causes of pregnancy-related deaths for these women that were found in this report?
It's really startling, Glenda. It's heartbreaking that 80% of pregnancy-related deaths were preventable, according to a report for the Maternal Mortality Review Committee. That's, to me, an unacceptably high number. I think most would agree with that. Now, the data was collected in 36 states between 2017 and 2019. Here are the top underlying causes. 23% of deaths were due to mental health conditions, which includes suicide, overdoses, or poisoning related to substance use disorder. These conditions were the leading underlying cause for Hispanic and non-Hispanic white folks. 14% were caused by hemorrhaging, which is excessive bleeding. Hemorrhages were the leading underlying cause for non-Hispanic Asian people as well. 13% were cardiac or heart-related and coronary conditions related to the heart. They were the leading underlying cause of pregnancy-related deaths amongst non-Hispanic black people. 3 other conditions, Glenda: infection, thrombotic embolism, which is a type of blood clot, and cardiomyopathy, which is a disease of the muscle of the heart. Each of those accounted for about 9% of pregnancy-related deaths, and 7% were related to high blood pressure disorder, and we know that's very treatable.
Yeah, I gotta say, Doc, it still feels like we're not where we should be with women's health. It's not quite where it should be in terms of treatment.
Yeah, and I think this data really helps, right?
Yeah.
And so we have to understand, right, when this happened. And,
yeah, when these deaths took place.
Exactly, and what advice we can give. So what I would say is that when we talk to folks, that the report found that 22% of deaths happened during pregnancy, another 25% happened on the day of delivery or within 7 days after, and a huge number of deaths. 53% in fact took place between 7 days and 1 year following pregnancy. So here are some warning signs, very important, that pregnant women or new moms should watch for: severe headache, belly pain, swelling, nausea and throwing up, dizziness or fainting, changes in your vision, fever or trouble breathing, overwhelming tiredness, right? Pregnant folks are tired, but overwhelming tiredness, chest pains, and again, very important, thoughts of harming oneself or the baby. Remember to talk to your doctor right away. Lastly, it's imperative that pregnant women or new moms speak up and advocate for themselves if something doesn't feel right. Don't just assume it's part of pregnancy. It's one of the best ways they can protect themselves against these unfortunate pregnancy-related deaths. And the reason we're talking about is because they're preventable. We can do something about it and save a child's life.
Yeah, so much happens to your body during that time and your mind, so we appreciate it.
And look at these signs. If any of them, are what you're experiencing, talk to your doctor right away.
All right, Dr. Nandi, thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Of course.
And if you have a health question for the good doctor, you can email him at drnandi@askdrnandi.com, or you can send it to us on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll get it right to him.